Wow, why am I like nervous? I just like have a crush on you, Gatlin.
I have a crush on you as well. Not like it's coming over here, and I was like, Isabel's the coolest fucking person I know.
Shut up.
Hey, let's talk.
Hi, Isabel.
Hi, Gatlin. You're sitting in my bedroom. That's so like sensual of us. Sorry to pull up my question.
Okay,
I never know how to start these. Hey guys, welcome back to Collective Sound. I have a really special guest with me today, and her name's Gatlin. Everyone, welcome Gatlin. Woo! Gatlin, thanks for joining me today.
Thank you for having me.
Do you want to like give a little intro on yourself, like a fun fact, your name, where you're from, kind of like when you went to college?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you know?
TT all
Yeah,
over again.
mhm.
Okay. Hi, I'm Gatlin. Hi, Gatlin. I'm
Hi,
from
Gatlin.
from Orlando, Florida. I feel like the more you get to know me, the more you're like, yeah, you're from Florida.
Yeah, I
You
wouldn't
know?
guess it looking at you,
Yeah.
but the more I know you,
Yes.
it makes
sense. The more
sense.
you're like, oh, yeah.
Oh.
Oh, you are from Florida. Fun fact, it was that this one was always hard for me.
I'm sorry.
Um,
Gatlin has really cool hair right now. For people who
Oh.
can't see it, it's half blue and half purple.
Yep,
Did you do it yourself?
I did. Manic Panic.
Okay,
Ulta,
you have to.
$10, you know.
Sis, it looks really great. What
Thank
like
you.
brought you to do that?
Do you know who Annika Bennett is?
Yes.
Okay, she's
Hi,
an
Annika.
awesome plug. Here I go. Plugging my friend Annika Bennett. She's an amazing songwriter and
She really
artist
is.
in town. I was with her. She was bored wanting to dye her hair. And then, so we went, and then I was like, I'll do it too. And then she ended up not doing it because she got scared. And
Okay.
so it was just me.
But you look so powerful.
Thank you. I feel very punk. I'm
Doesn't it feel great? Every time
It
I dye my
does.
hair, I feel like a new woman.
well, it's just like, and now here's a new chapter where my hair is blue and purple. And this is the start of a new yeah.
I love it.
Thank you.
Speaking of new chapters, congrats on the EP. That was a really
Wow,
bad
that
segue.
was a bad segue. No, it was a good, no, because, yeah.
You know,
you did great.
you saw what I was trying to do there.
Thank you.
Yeah, but Gatlin put out her first full EP at
Mm,
the beginning of August
I did.
called Sugarcoated, and it like kind of tore me apart in the best of ways.
Oh,
I know.
I'm
So-
so glad.
Well, yeah, I'm just your biggest fan and always have been. I've known
Gosh.
Gatlin for like 3 years, right? How long
Since
have you
my
been in
freshman
Nashville?
year, so yeah, 3 years. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
and I've been obsessed with you since. And look, now we're real friends.
Wow.
We've always been friends, but
Did we meet through Brandon? How did we meet?
we met through Katie. Because Katie was your
Because
TT
Katie was
leader.
my TT leader.
Isn't that cute?
Oh my gosh.
But then I think we like re-met through I remember specifically sitting,
the end, at the end.
no, in Katie's house at some party, or it was like during TT. I think it was her old house. We were sitting upstairs and we were talking about boys, you and I.
Yes.
Yes. I don't remember
wow.
who for either of us genuinely, but it was goofy. So that's the first time I remember like hanging, but then I do remember the end eventually. Yeah, and then
Wild
Brandon
Love
like
Show.
re-brought us together. Hi,
Yeah,
Brandon.
it is. Hi, Brandon. Wild Love's my favorite band,
And should be yours too.
and it should be yours too.
Anyway, back to the EP.
Oh, boy.
How long have you been working on these songs?
I wrote Talking to Myself and I Think About You All the Time back in October.
Okay.
So yeah, those were
Like
like
a
the
year.
first I'd written, and then I kind of recorded each one at a time, and then
Okay.
I would write the next one and then record it, and then write
Cool.
the next one and record it. So it was like a very slow process.
Okay. How does it feel to finally have it out?
I feel very relieved.
Okay, good.
It was the first time I ever had deadlines
Okay, yeah.
for anything, because I had signed distribution in like December. Ooh,
Congrats.
my tummy just growled.
Oh, hello.
And so it was the first time I had deadline, so that's why I did one song at a time, because we did singles, and I was like, I gotta get this done, like, super quick. And so I'm just relieved to, like, okay, I'm gonna, like, actually, I think next time take my time, write, and then record them all, and then have them all done. And then, but at the same time, it's a bad thing because I wasn't sick of the songs. You know, like, I'm still not sick of them because I hadn't been sitting on them for months. Like, I would literally write from the time I'd written them to the release. Sometimes it would be like 2 months.
Dang, okay.
So it's a quick process.
But that's great.
Yeah.
Do you feel... do you want to talk about the EP a bit? Should we talk about the message behind the EP? Please. Okay, so Gatlin, one of the big reasons... Well, I've wanted Gatlin on. Gatlin knew about the podcast before I started the podcast. We sat in your room and talked about it. On the floor. We did sit on the floor together. But Gatlin posted about her EP coming out and wrote this beautiful message all about the meaning behind the title. And I've been thinking about it since. So for like a month. Dude. So I want you to tell everyone about it.
Okay, I will. That's really nice of you.
Oh, of course.
So yeah, I just thought of it because I am a 4 on the Enneagram.
Me too.
That's why.
This is why we're friends.
That's why you've been thinking about this. Yeah, so I feel emotions very deeply, and 2020 has been a shitty year, and it's been very dark, and there's just something so scary about sharing those dark, deep emotions with people, and it's like not socially cool or like acceptable or and so just the idea of like I've always felt the need to sugarcoat my emotions and like have been told I'm too much my whole life, even when I'm like at 70%.
Yes. Maybe even lower. Yeah. I feel that.
And so I just, that even came out in those songs was, the root of a lot of them were some really dark issues.
Yeah.
But then I would kind of like take the first 2 layers of it and make it a song. And then even the production was kind of like sweet and like, happy, because I was like, I don't want it to be too sad. So yeah. And then the process, like, especially towards the last couple songs, I was like, I'm going to stop doing this.
Yes.
I'm going to cut it out.
I love that. So. Has releasing this helped you not sugarcoat your emotions as much? Or now do you feel it more?
No, I like... Oh, well, because I feel as if since releasing them, I've gotten feedback from, like, listeners... just really connecting with them and them kind of sharing their stories, and like it hasn't felt like an overshare to me, and I haven't felt overwhelmed by like and therefore making me like, oh, they wouldn't feel overwhelmed with or even like I feel like the most like emotional response I've gotten is from like I think about you all the time, which is the one that like caused me the most pain.
Man, me. So, like, wow.
So hearing people like connect with that, I'm like, oh, this isn't like a bad thing.
No,
this
you're not crazy for feeling what you're feeling.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I need to be told that like once a week.
Oh, I will tell you every day.
God bless.
I feel, and we're very similar in this sense, because we're both 4s, but I also feel like we have similar lifestyles and similar things happen to both of us. And
boys
basically. Boys. But I feel that weird, like, I'm someone who feels my emotions so big, so I want to share them with people because I feel like that's a big part of my identity. But then when I do, I'm like, oh wow, like that was like a lot of me that I just like put on you, and that's really overwhelming. So I know how you feel with that whole like having to sugarcoat it and just being like, yeah, no, I'm fine. Like, no, it's not a big deal, like that happened.
And in a way it's not, because we're able to carry so much.
Yeah.
As far as like I'm so comfortable just like sitting in the shit,
Same. Which I think that's a good thing.
I think it is too, because the world, you're gonna go through shit, and so we can handle it.
Same, and I think there's a happy medium of like, I know people, and I also know I've done this myself before. I sit in it for too long and I wallow for too long.
Yes.
And then it's like, okay, get over yourself.
Well, you need people who are going to eventually, be like, okay,
Snap
this
you
is
out of it.
unhealthy.
Exactly.
Like, but you need that time.
Yeah. But I think everyone needs to be able to sit in what they're feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I feel like quarantine's been a very strange time for this, of like all of us having to sit with ourselves and sit with our feelings. And
it's been so necessary.
For you and I, it's great. I'm like, I will sit with this all day, but other people don't know how to handle that. But I think it's important to not like do the like toxic positivity thing where it's like, no, everything's fine. Everything's gonna be fine. Like, no, things can be bad and that's okay.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And like we need to feel those things and get them out of our bodies so then we can feel all the good things too.
Well, I feel as if, I don't know, I feel like mental health is getting more like of a conversation, since Corona and the civil rights movement, like that's happening.
Oh,
like
boy.
If people couldn't just sit around and think and like open their eyes and educate themselves like right now, like I feel like it would have taken a lot longer for.
I agree.
So I think it, all in all, like big picture thing, it's gonna be a good thing.
I agree.
It's just interesting that this year, man, election,
I know it's gonna be it's been I mean, quarantine feels like it's been 2 months but also 4 years, but in reality we've been stuck at home for like 6 months. Isn't that crazy? And it's not gonna stop anytime soon.
It's never going to stop.
We're gonna be stuck here.
We're gonna be stuck. I actually really don't. Well, there are like the moments where I get really sad.
Yeah.
Like, oh man, I wish I could play a show right now, or oh man, I wish I could go out to a bar right now.
Yeah.
But other than that, I'm like pretty content with like my 4 or 5 friends, and
same.
I'm like, yeah.
How is quarantine being a musician? I can't imagine it's easy.
I feel as if it's been good that I had to I released this EP.
Yeah.
Because that kind of took up a lot of my time. Writing's been very difficult.
Yeah.
I haven't really talked to anyone who's been like, yeah, I'm so inspired right now and I'm writing so much. I'm sure they're out there. I just haven't.
We don't know them.
I don't know.
If you have any tips, let us know.
Yeah, if you can let me know, that'd be really nice. Yeah, I've done a lot of like I feel like there's so much chaos in the world right now.
Yeah.
That like I've cut the bullshit in like me creating chaos in my life, because that was a big thing.
Yep.
That I have been doing.
Pre-coronavirus
is I just like would stir up so much drama and chaos in my life just to like feel anything.
Yeah.
And like have things to write
that.
about. Yeah. Like so much. Like I would literally self-sabotage so I could have things to write about. It's actually horrible.
I love the self-awareness.
I feel like that makes it worse though, because I know what I'm doing.
That's true.
I'm like actively knowing what I'm like, oh, I know I should not go over to so-and-so's house right now. But chances are shit's gonna go down and I'm gonna have something to write about. Yeah. Therefore, I go.
Yeah, exactly.
But I've cut that out.
I'm proud of you.
Because I'm like, there's just too much.
Yeah.
I would be overwhelmed.
Yeah, I would be too. I am. So. I do the same thing, and I've calmed myself down too. So look at us.
Look at us.
Look at growth.
Look at us. Who'd have thought?
Who would have thought that mean? What? I'm looking at my questions. I have so many for you, but like, whoa. I want to decide like what way we want to go. What would you Skay? Yeah, for sure. What would you say was the scariest song to release? I Think About You All the Time.
No, that one I was like, fuck you. I was like,
you said this needs to go out. I said everyone needs to know.
Yeah. Man, scariest song. Probably Summer Coat.
Okay, yeah.
Because I feel like it's the most different. It was the one I was least comfortable with the production.
Okay.
I love it.
Yeah.
And I think also because I'm scared of how it's going to translate live.
Yeah.
Like, that I was, like, very back and forth on that one. Yeah. Not a very interesting answer, sorry.
No,
but
that's okay. What's your favorite song of the EP?
Grown is in my heart because it was just like so easy and like just natural. And I like when I feel like when I talk about it, I'm like it feels like it already existed, and I just like kind of put a voice to it.
Yeah.
Talking to myself is the one that I feel like is the most fun though.
Talking to myself, like, I put that song on when I get in my car, and I'm just like, I'm gonna have the windows down and yell this. Because I am also talking to myself. You know?
I like it. The thing I hear the most about that one is, like, it makes me feel like the main character.
It does. Big main character energy. Like, coming of age movie.
Yep, that one too. I get that one.
Gatlin.
It's like, I'm like, man, I like that. Like, that's a...
You unlocked something there. You also have main character energy.
Shut up.
You do.
You're feeding my ego, Isabel.
Yeah, as I should.
That's no, absolutely not. My ego
crazy.
Does not need to be fed.
Well,
It's funny because I'm either like, yeah, I'm the coolest person ever. I'm like, I fucking hate myself. There's literally no in between.
No,
there's no in between.
Well, we are the type of people who live in extremes.
Yeah.
You know?
My therapist told me I have, I forgot what it's called. It's like some disorder where I literally, like, I'm only, like, black and white. I love someone with everything, or, like, they are my enemy.
Yeah.
Or, like, it's just, it's like a cognitive.
Yeah. I probably have similar things.
She sent me a paper.
Okay. Do you want to forward it to me? My therapist also tells me that I live in black and white. So she's like, Isabel, everything's either like the worst thing in the whole world or like everything's so great you can't handle it. I said,
yeah. I actually want to see it because she just emailed it to me. Oh, it's okay. It's called cognitive distortions.
Oh, okay.
A cognitive distortion disorder thing. Yep.
Good to know.
It leads to anxiety and depression.
Well,
so I'm already there.
I said we've been new. Both of us there. Wow. Does your songwriting help with your anxiety? Would you say? Like, do you use that to cope, or?
Sort of. Honestly, no.
Okay.
I feel like
That's
it's supposed
an honest
to.
Answer.
It doesn't. Co-writing causes anxiety for me. In so many ways. I know that it's necessary because I grow so much and I learn so much because I'm a little baby songwriter.
Yeah.
And I don't know shit. So I just like learn from people and I love it. When I write by myself, it's a very like either very frustrating process or a very like I'm crying the whole time process.
Yeah.
So it's definitely not an anxiety reliever.
Okay, that's fine. It's a feelings reliever, right? You just gotta get them out.
Yes. But I always say like I feel like I have imposter syndrome because writing is like I don't love it.
Yeah.
Like I don't love. Like I have to have it. It's like the performing and the recording process is what I like live for. The writing is more of like I do it and it's important and I recognize that and sometimes I feel really connected to it, but it's like maybe like 10 times out of the year that I'm like, I really enjoy that.
Yeah, that's so fine.
There are like a handful of songs that I like feel very connected to and I'm like, damn it, I wish I wrote that.
Yeah, give me some.
Victoria Bigelow's a big one.
Okay.
She wrote I Think About You All the Time with me.
Okay. Queen.
So it's like very
hey girl,
in that vein.
Love you. She's
amazing. But just like a lot of her stuff she's writing, she's like pulling from stuff when she was my age. She's
cool.
A 25-year-old mama. Now she's rocks. But so it's kind of like situations that like I'm in right now with friends and boys and you know, and so I'm like, up. Man, that's my life. How did you know? Yeah, and then other like just like I feel like some of Soccer Mommy stuff. I'm like,
oh yeah, Queen.
So
Circle the Drain.
Yeah.
Circle the Drain, right? That song.
Yeah,
goes off.
Fucks me up.
Yeah, one song.
Sorry.
I'm like the furthest thing you could get from a songwriter. I think, like opposite side of the spectrum, but a song I wish I wrote All Too Well by Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
Like, isn't that
That's
just
really
like
good.
an anthem for any girl in their 20s?
She's the queen of bridges. The bridges.
She built every bridge in this country.
All
the Golden
of
Gate
them.
Bridge.
Taylor Swift.
All
TS.
Too Well Bridge. All
Hey,
the
you
bridges.
call me up again just to
Break me like a promise.
So
Casually cruel in the name of being honest. Maybe we got lost in translation.
Maybe
What?
I asked
For too
too
much?
much.
That line, tattoo that on my forehead. As a 4, I feel like that's me.
We all would be like, yes.
Yes. Miss
Like
Queen
you,
Taylor.
strangers would pass you on the street and they'd be like, yeah, I get
They'd
it.
be like, yeah.
I understand.
Then that's when I would know, like, who's acceptable and who's not.
Yes, exactly.
Right? What is your favorite part about performing? You've talked about how much you love it. I just want to hear why you love it.
I love, like, becoming, like, it's not like I'm not, like, playing a character. Like, it's very much so me. But it's, like, I feel like I'm me right here with you. But then I, like, get on a stage with, like, an instrument and a microphone.
Yeah.
And I just, like, feel like I can do anything.
Yes.
You know?
It's powerful.
It's very powerful. Like, it feels really good. And I don't know. It feels like connection, and it feels like, oh, this is, you know, what I was made to do.
Yeah.
So it feels weird saying, like, I love being on a stage and people looking at me.
No.
But it's like...
But you don't love it for, like, the conceited reasons.
No.
You just love the feeling, and you love sharing your feelings.
It's a big adrenaline rush. Yeah. And I don't know. I feel like it's what I'm best at, too. Mm-hmm. So I have, like, a lot of confidence.
Yeah. What's your favorite show you ever played?
Probably Exit in January.
Yeah.
Before the shit storm.
Yep.
That's literally going to be, like, my favorite day of 2020. That's going to literally be the peak of 2020 for me, and it was on January 24th, so that's awesome. But yeah, I was opening for Brie Kennedy.
She's great.
She is great. She's a little ball of sunshine and light and gap teeth. Toothed beautiness.
All of that. Everything you just said is her.
Oh, yeah. Check out her music, too.
Yeah, check out.
Plug.
We're plugging a lot of people today.
I love my friends.
I know you do. You're so talented.
Our friends are talented.
I know. Except here's the thing. I'm just going to use this while we can. You're friends with a lot of people that I'm, like, borderline friends with. They're like, we know each other, but, like, not really. And I just, like, want to be friends with all of them. Who? I don't know, but, like, they exist.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, it's gonna happen. It'll happen.
I know.
Yeah, just come over to my house. And,
Okay.
And then,
like,
and then you can.
We
give
also
me a
just need to
list.
hang out more. Like,
yeah,
that's really,
also true.
That's really what I'm trying to get to.
That's really very.
Here.
You're correct.
Because I think we've known each other for like 3.5 years. We've hung out maybe 3 times. Like hung out.
But every time
but
we
I see you
it's
everywhere.
like yeah, we understand each
Exactly.
other.
And we just like kind of tell each other
everything.
like our life stories. There's no holding back.
Yeah, I tell you everything.
I know.
Like, fuck, why do I take up all this emotional space? But she does it too, so it's totally fine.
We just take up a lot of space together.
Yeah,
and that's beautiful.
It's great.
As we should.
We're in a very big room right now, so it's fine.
We're in a very large room right now.
I'm affirming you.
Thank you. I love words of affirmation. I had another question for you, but now I can't remember what it was. Okay. Oh, your musical influences.
Musical influences. I feel like I need to like have a better. These are the. I feel like I always say Stevie Nicks.
Okay, I mean, yeah.
She's just like everything. Even like fashion and
yeah, she's so great.
She's so great.
And she aged like fine wine.
Yeah.
You know, like she.
For how much cocaine she did? She ate. You know why though? I like her. And she every night would take off her makeup before she went to bed, and that's why you gotta do it.
Yeah.
You gotta.
That's
take
a sign
off
of
your makeup and moisturize.
There you go. If you got anything out of this episode, it's that. She's great. Big influence.
She's great. Yeah, like a lot of the 70s stuff, like Mamas and the Papas, and like I don't know, like have you seen the Laurel Canyon documentary on like just kind of that era?
Okay,
like obviously Beatles and like Beach Boys and the Byrds and Tom Petty, and I don't know. I feel like that's a big influence, like lyrically and melodically, and then like the drum sounds. I love those drum sounds.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I like really like storytelling or imagery based or like folk lyricism. And then I've loved the like the wave of like sad indie girls.
Yes.
You know, that's in the scene. Like I think that's really, really cool. But then I've also like fallen in love with pop the last year, and like ABBA is everything.
Yep.
So yeah, it's just kind of like
a little from everywhere.
A little bit of everything.
Sing for us, Gatlin.
The biscuits and the beans. Do you know that song? Please say you know that song.
I do. Yeah.
Okay, God
No,
bless.
it's just like gibberish to me. Can you imagine if I was like, no idea.
No, what song are you talking about?
You should keep going.
That's just one I just wrote on the spot. I just made it up right now. Remember when I said writing? Like, you know?
Here I am.
Just kidding.
Writing with
Here
you. I hate us.
We're great.
Okay, so EP's out.
EP's out.
What's next?
I'm doing a video
Fun. Okay.
for Being Alone.
Okay.
So that's out soon. I'm doing a Talking to Myself acoustic version.
Yeah, you are.
What?
I said, yeah, you are.
Oh.
Sorry. I like mumbled.
I was like, huh? I'm doing a cover and then starting a new EP.
Oh my gosh.
The process goes once
Just
again.
keeps going.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's great and healthy.
Yeah, it is great and healthy. Because I feel like I was planning on just like playing a crap ton of shows.
Yeah.
Hopefully. Or like I was like, and when I was thinking about it, I was like, hopefully I'll play crap.
Yeah.
But then COVID, so
But I love
it's just
you
like
getting
recording once again. Keep
Exactly.
it going, keep it going.
I'm proud of you. I can't wait to hear more.
The stuff
Keep me
I've
in
been
the
writing
loop.
is so sad
As it should be.
It's so sad. I kind of
Okay.
had a mental breakdown in the beginning
Okay.
of quarantine.
Okay.
You know, here I go emotionally.
I was going to say, should we talk about it? Okay, now I have rapid fire for you.
Okay.
Okay, you
What does that
ready?
mean?
Just rapid fire questions.
Oh, okay. Like
Yeah.
I answer really quickly.
Yeah, I mean, you can take your time.
Okay.
I call it rapid fire, but usually people have to kind of think about them. Not that they're hard.
I'm gonna go really fast.
Okay. Yeah. I hope so. Okay, ready? Number one. What's your favorite song at the moment?
Shit.
I
Okay.
know.
Mid Morning Lament by Rustin Kelly.
What a I love Rustic
I
Kelly.
love Rustin Kelly.
Number two. What's the best concert you've ever been to?
I'm the 1975 probably
Okay,
in
what-
St. Augustine.
Like era was it?
It was first album. They just had the
Ooh.
first album out.
Gosh,
I
yeah.
was in high school. I was probably like
Yeah.
a sophomore in high school.
Gosh, that is. That's like
I was like
like
Road
Tumblr era.
to like it was my first mosh. Yeah. No, it was
Valid.
like beginning 1975. They would like come to like our local there was a record store across the street from my house, and they would like go in there every time they would play a show in Orlando. But I was like normally in school.
Yeah.
Like during the day.
And you just said,
So I was just like whatever,
hey.
because I was like, yeah, whatever. They're like a small band, and then now
Look, they're a small band. Look at them now.
look at them now. Look at them now.
I don't know how I feel
Ayy.
about the newest album. Anyway, it's a different conversation. Okay, last. If you could collab with one person, dead or alive, who would
Harry
it be?
Styles.
Gosh, what a king. What a king. I was going to point. I have a picture of him in here. I love Harry Styles.
He's my phone background.
He's
Nick, if you're listening to this, I'm sorry.
God, I literally love him so much. I literally, I can't. We can't go on this tangent. It's gonna get dangerous. It's gonna get so dangerous. Anyway,
I love him so much. Okay.
That was the end of my rapid fire questions.
Okay, cool.
And that was kind of the end of the podcast, I guess. Thanks for coming on.
Thanks
I'm
for
sorry that was
having
like kind of a mess.
It was not a mess.
But I
It
just,
was
like, love chatting.
Beautiful.
Ooh,
Yeah,
I'm just gonna enter-
yeah.
Oh. I had to get on that.
Justin Long, if you're hearing this, I think that you should be on Isabel's podcast because she has a really big room with carpet and a comfy chair that you can sit in. Thank you.